What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome back to F123 for the My Team Journey. We're here for the Austrian Grand Prix.
It's wet here today, and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams.
As it was going so well for us, I cannot believe this has just happened.
Race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go.
You would have thought things may have changed from the sprint, but nothing's changed. There's a sneak preview, so if you want to see what's happening, make sure to stick around. But it's time to get back to what we're meant to be doing, running the Formula 1 team. So then, of course, we're here for Austria. We've got 4 upgrades coming on before the race, hopefully. But now we're going to look at what we can do in terms of upgrades, not only in the actual building area, facilities, that's the word, but maybe also upgrades for the car. We're looking at a fitness center maybe upgrade or a simulator upgrade. Also anything else really what we can do. We've got 2.0 million in the bank, so just looking around. So that is one upgrade on. That is not an upgrade on. Why have I put that on? Okay, that's one upgrade. 2 upgrades.
I know we were expecting some
3 upgrades out of 4, and the one that failed was a durability. I didn't ask. Do not care about a durability upgrade. To be honest, don't know why I did it. Fuel efficiency in. Remember last race, we were on negative 0.8 maybe. I think it was about fuel when we come around to the final few laps of the race. I'm looking to do a chassis upgrade for minor tyre wear. But also looking at other upgrades, we've got 800 resource points, seeing what we can do with that R&D points. Hopefully we can do something interesting. So we're going to do tyre wear upgrade for 700 odd points. And now we're just going to go straight into the race weekend for Austria. So also a sprint race, so this will be an interesting race weekend. But before the race weekend, we are going to do a fabrication process upgrade on the chassis facility area thing. But now we are at the race weekend. It's time for qualifying, of course. We only had 1 practice session, but here we go. Going straight into qualifying for La Race. Did I say race? I meant sprint race, but you know, we're here in qualifying for sprint race. And we're now ready for our first lap. We've gone out a lot later than everyone else. And a stupid someone has forgot to take out the engine component that's quite warm into turn 1. A lot of inside curve, but hopefully this will be a good enough lap. 2 green, of course, because the outside lap. Coming around the final corner then. In Q1, hopefully it should be 1 and done. It's only 14, so you might have to go again. Just ahead of Gasly. And we are coming back out in Q1. Of course, we are currently P15 now. So, someone's gone faster. I think it might be Maxim or Ocon. But, coming around the final corner to start our lap. Hopefully we can find a few tenths to make this lap faster than the one we've just done. There's yellow flags up at the hill going into section 2. I think that's just traffic getting out the way of other people. But now we need to focus on our lap. Already 4,000, 5,000's down. But hopefully as we come around the lap it will be better, and it is. It's only a tenth or 2 though. Hopefully this will be good enough. Coming around the final corner, taking as much curve and inside as we want. And it's a 3/10 improvement. That puts us P7. That shows how small of a gap separates everyone in this field. 4/10 is up to P7 from P15. That is a good lap from us. And that keeps us P11 in Q1. So we are through to Q2. Those who are not through to Q2 though, Carlos Sainz of course tops Q1. But those who didn't make it through, Théo Pourchaire Nick DeFries, Logan Sargent, Guan Yu Zhou, Kevin Magnussen and Lance Stroll. So very realistic, of course. Lance Stroll out in Q1. Some would say this is the most realistic F1 game there is. In Q2 now, and we're going out, very sunny, of course, we're in Austria. And there you go, there's me realising that I have not changed the engine. Good. Come around the final corner, or final two corners, to start our first lap in Q2, and hopefully it will be one that could see us through to Q3. Gasly sets the fastest time for 107, so that's a good lap for him. Then Alonso immediately replaces him. Across the line, then it's P9. It's the worst lap of them all. We're going to go straight back out then in Q2 to see if we can do a better lap. But we have, because I put a slow lap in, I've changed quite a lot of the components in the car, at least a few of them that we could. And we're now out with 1 minute 36 to get around, which is very possible. And it was possible as we get across the line with 26 seconds to spare. The last one's of course to get round, but P15 coming around the last corner. We're currently 9/10 up. We're dead last. Purple first sector, green second sector. Coming down to the last corner now. Don't do anything now. We're going towards possibly getting through to Q3 once more this season. Where is it going to be? 1.1 second improvement. It's 7th place once more. Great lap from us to get into Q3. Anyways, as we come on to the end of Q2, we are through. Of course, we got 22 place grid penalties, so we'll be starting from the back no matter what. Verstappen tops Q2. Out is Oscar Piastri, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg, Pierre Gasly, and Yuki Tsunoda. So, with further ado, let's go to Q3. Here we are then in Q3, and it looks very overcast to say the least, but hopefully it shouldn't do, at least. Coming around the final two corners, we've warmed our tyres up very nicely, and yeah, coming around the final corner, DRS open towards the first corner to start our first flying lap. You can see it sped up behind on the screen. Verstappen has got the fastest time, I'm pretty sure. Charles Leclerc now has the fastest time. Carlos Sainz now has the fastest time. Come round and we go P4 ahead of Fernando Alonso. I think currently has the slowest time. As we come round, he does still have the slowest time. Albon P8 and Norris P7 ahead of us, so good luck here. Well, actually it doesn't matter because we're going to be lost anyway, actually. Anyways, we're just going to go. We come around the final corner, we're going to see what we've got. We've got P6, of course that doesn't matter, we're going to be starting last. So, that moves, of course, everyone else behind us up a position.
To remind ourselves once again of our top
so that's good for them.
Sainz, Leclerc,
Carlos Sainz
Lewis Hamilton.
is our pole sitter from Ferrari's second driver, Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton P3, so that's good for the Mercedes. But there is going to be rain in the sprint race and also at the end of the main race today. Well, I say today, it's tomorrow. But we're going to look at upgrades now. We've got 1,500 resource points. And we're going to... what are we going to do? We're going to put some front wing flaps on our car. Wow. What an innovation, lads. Like, I guess we just didn't have them before. Like, what genius came up with those? We're also going to put... Why have we put that back on? Oh my god. Looking back at this, why did I put the durability upgrade back on? No one knows. But we're going to go to the sprint race, which is going to start off in the rain. We might as well take all the penalties we can, like just all new components. So, yeah. Hopefully, we will be fine for the sprint race. You can see, we're just changing everything on the car. And once we have, we're going to go to the sprint race.
It's wet here today and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Perez, Russell, the engineer, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Tsunoda, Stroll, Magnussen, Joe, Sargent, De Vries and Théo Pourchaire. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
After the point.
We're on the grid now for the sprint race, and of course, it's raining. We're taking a lap of fuel out so we don't run out of fuel and we don't have too much fuel, because that would be great. We could either pit or not pit. I think not pitting would be like a big brain idea, because, right, it would be faster, because it says so. So we're going to do that. But other than that, 22 plays per penalty, but that's for the main race. So we're fine for now. We are starting P6.
Okay, how was
Russell
that
just ahead of
away?
us, and
We'll have a bit more
Verstappen
grip than that at the
behind.
start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now.
so that's
Make sure you get some heat into
interesting.
the brakes as well.
We're just going to warm the tyres up, because that's what you do on a formation lap. Because they've decided. And now we're reforming the grid for race start. Return to grid position. And that is what I shall do, as I don't almost spin completely. But look, here's a box that I will sit in for the next 30 seconds. I made it 0.6 meters
Let's make sure we get the edge
to
on the
the
surrounding drivers as the
dangerous
lights go out.
over the yellow line, because that would be
Keep
dangerous.
an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin
It is
as
Carlos
soon as
Sainz
the
on
grid
pole
is formed.
position though,
Be ready with the clutch.
for the start of the sprint race. This is taking a small amount of time, but here we go to 5 red lights. The Austrian sprint race in the rain. Here we go. Held for a very long time, but we are underway. And it's not an amazing start. Verstappen already passing us, but what can we do into turn 1? Norris is trying to make a move. We're sending it down the inside of Verstappen and not Norris. Russell keeps his position, so we keep our position as well. But now onto the straight, into 2. We've got the safety, we've got everything, but are we going to try and make a move on Russell? We are, and that is going to, hopefully, it will get us up into P5. Yellow flags as everyone slowly files through the first few corners. But once we do that, it's lap 7. We are still, well, actually we're P6, Verstappen's overtaken us, but it doesn't matter. Please,
Okay,
we're
you're
looking
doing
at the
well out
weather.
there. Keep it up. We're
Nothing's
looking at
out.
about 10 more minutes.
We have, well,
10
going on
minutes
to lap
left of
8,
this
we're
rain,
still
but
checking
we
the
think
weather.
it's gonna dry
Russ
up.
is behind
10
us. Russ has gone down to
minutes.
P8 now.
We've
He
got the
did
best
start
time for now.
P5, I think it was, ahead of us. Our teammate is doing terrible, so he's surprised about that.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Norris looking to overtake us though now. Hopefully he doesn't, because that means we would keep our position and get more points. But going into turn 2, we keep our position still. Ahead of Norris, Russell. There is a 2.9 second gap, and by lap 10, that's a 4.4 second gap. Norris is still very close to us. That is a terrible line through turn 2. There's yellow flags ahead. Who's slowing down? Is that one Max Verstappen? I think it is. Verstappen
Yellow flag.
is going to be starting dead last in the race. Actually, make that second last, because we're going to be last. But for now, he is out of sprint race,
Green flag.
putting it all the way down to dead last. That leaves us in P5 then, lap 11, and oh my god, our engine's blown up again. That is crazy. Crazy. Well, that's just amazing, isn't it? I guess at least it's only the sprint race. That's all I'll say. At least it's only the sprint.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel
Everyone
left.
flies past us as we go 60 whole miles per hour. Great, what a start to the weekend. Get in there. We started P6. And now we're gonna have to take another well, a lot of penalties. And we are out of the race with a beautiful engine failure.
Currently leading the
Charles Leclerc, who wins the race then from Carlos Sainz on the Saturday, and Sergio Perez in P3.
With the sprint wrapped up, we now have our
Paul
grid
Chair
lineup for the
P20,
big race tomorrow.
and yes, he did
Be sure
finish
to
the
join
race.
us then for what will
Great
no
player.
doubt be a
What a great
Okay,
driver.
mate, so unfortunately we've picked up some
Oh well,
grid penalties and we
what
are
else are we
going to
meant to
start tomorrow's
do?
race.
We're going to be going to the one thing we can, and that is to the race. There's going to be rain towards the end of the race, so that's going to be interesting. I say interesting, hopefully. But there you go. It is our internal combustion engine that's gone pop, pop, pop. So that's not amazing, really, is it? You know. But now I thought we were about to go to the race, but you know what? We're not going to, because why would we? So instead, right, we're going to look at upgrades, and we're going to upgrade a major rear downforce, even though it's the Halo, which is in the middle of the car. Rear downforce. And once we've done that, right, get this, we're going to look at where we are. We're almost last in the performance standings. But once we've done that, we will be going to the race for the Austrian Grand Prix. Here we go. We are here once again on the grid. This time it's Sunday and it's not raining. At least it's not raining. Although, talking about weather, it will be raining later on in the race. So we are going to start on the softs and then go to the mediums, hopefully. Of course, we might go to mediums earlier, so then we can use more grip to get to the intermediate tyres. Starting from dead last, with Verstappen alongside us, and Pourchaire, who genuinely finished dead last in the sprint race in front of us. God, what a driver. But once again, it's time for the formation lap. That's where we warm our tyres up. And now we're reforming the grid to start the race, as we do some burnouts to fill in our P22 position. Make sure, if you are enjoying this episode so far, that you make sure you've liked and subscribed. It means a lot to me, as we get to 0.3 meters. But we are going to 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix. All 5 lights are on. we're underway here in Austria, and it's a good start compared to Max Verstappen, as we already passed him, poor chair, in 20th. He is on soft compound tyres, but Tsunoda isn't. We're going to send it down the inside of turn 1. Is there going to be contact? There might be a little bit of contact with the AlphaTauri of Nick de Vries. We're 3 wide now, going into turn 2. Big squeeze from the McLaren. We're almost onto the grass. Norris gets back past us due to me having to lift off. Hulkenberg is in front of us, but we're going to send it again down the inside of multiple cars. We're up into P15. We're side by side with Lance Stroll. Hopefully we get that move done. We do. And now Logan Sargent's the next one ahead of us. He is P13. That's a high position for the Williams driver. Ocon is ahead of him. But that is a good start, and let's watch it back. Here we go. It's Leclerc on pole position from Carlos Sainz. 5 red lights are out. We are underway. Perez immediately past the 2 Ferraris. What a start from Perez. Leclerc and his teammate in the Ferrari, Carlos Sainz, side by side, and it's Leclerc who gets the better of him. So it's Perez leading the race with that amazing getaway. The Ferraris are looking terrible as George Russell, Hamilton down the inside of his teammate. George Russell, for a second I thought he was going to get Carlos Sainz, but now he's being overtaken by his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton backs out of the move. But now on to lap 2, it's still the Red Bull leading. Logan Sargent is just ahead of us, and we might go for a dive bomb here. We are late on the brakes, there's a small gap, we go for it, and we've made the move stick on Logan Sargent. Bottas up ahead, he's on the mediums. He might be holding people up. I don't think he is though. I think there's someone else ahead of him that is holding everyone out. So that will be interesting once we get up there. Lap 4, we're there. Magnussen, Bottas, side by side. Bit of contact there, and we're going to go on the inside. Could we make a double overtake? DRS overtake on ERS, and we're all 3 wide down the straight. Still going into turn 4, and we're late on the brakes. We're now side by side with just Bottas, and we get the move done. What a move! We've overtaken 2 cars in 1 corner. Here's the replay. Go from the outside, take as much curb as we want, so then we can turn in easy. There was a bit of contact between Bottas and Magnussen to help us make the move there between them. And you can see there's barely any room on the racetrack for that move to happen. But as Magnussen, I don't know if he backed out and broke early, but I think he may have. But now lap 5, George Russell is going to fight his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton going round the outside. Will Russell send it? He won't down the inside. It's Leclerc from Sainz, but Perez is in the lead. But lap 6, that might all change as Leclerc is going for the lead down the inside at turn 2 or turn 3, whatever you want to look at it as. And will he make the move? He might, but who's going to get DRS now? They both didn't get DRS. So now the Ferrari behind will gain a lot of Carlos Sainz. They're side by side still, and still side by side. We're watching from Carlos Sainz's view. Who's going to win out in this battle? Perez got the inside line now into the second sector, and he will get that move. Well, he keeps his place, but at the end of the lap, Leclerc's going to have DRS down the main straight. He will make this move into P1. Perez, who got an amazing getaway at the start of the race, has been dethroned at the top. Or Willie, as he gets amazing traction out the first corner, and now as we see them into our camera, it's Perez who's back in front of Leclerc. Leclerc might be going for a move around the outside though on the mediums compared to the softs. The softs are dying out, and Leclerc sends it all the way around the outside with the DRS, and he has got up into P1. And as you can see on the mini-map, he has left the chat. He has literally left. But now onto our POV. We've got Magnussen ahead of us for P10 on lap 11. Not really much to say that's happened in our race. That's why we've been focusing on what's happened at the front so much. At the end of lap 11, we are going to see if we can get him with DRS though. And hopefully we can, as we got DRS. And there's the McLaren of Norris. We go wide as we try to brake as late as possible. And that is Magnussen on our inside. We got DRS though still, don't we? And the soft tyres are starting to die off. But compared to the mediums, they might just be better. We're still side by side. Is he gonna touch us? I don't think he does. But we are into the points. And next up is Gasly, but he is some 6.6 seconds away, lap 14. We need new tyres really badly. And that's why Lando Norris has sent it down the inside, and there's contact there. with the front right of his rear left tyre. He's got the DRS, we've got the ERS, and somehow we might be trying to keep our position here with ERS on overtake. But we do lose out to Norris there for our position, and we're back down to P11. And we might come into the pits this lap or the next. We're going to see as we come around the final few corners in the sector before we are presented with the pit lane. Lap 15, we are coming into the pit lane, and that will be Albon and Norris both in with us at the same time. Not really much else to say, really. Not gonna lie. We're into the pits though. That is Norris, who came out just behind us. New tyres on, new mediums, and it's very, of course it is. Slow pit stop. Slow pit stop, there we go. Just what we want. As we come out of the pits, Verstappen is behind us still. We are P19 out of the pits. Our teammate, of course, doing great job. In dead last. Lap 17, he has pitted. We're up into P17. We've got Nick de Vries ahead of us. We're on a purple lap though. Two purples. Don't ruin this, please, Nick de Vries. We've got two purple sectors. We're literally slipstreaming him. We're going to go for a move on the inside of the final few corners in the penultimate corner. That's the name. Lando Norris sets the fastest lap, but we should be setting the fastest lap now as more drivers come into the pit lane, and that we do. So 107.864 now the fastest lap. We are out in P13. Of course, I'm guessing there's some more drivers that need to pit still. Verstappen on lap 19, pushing us through the last few corners. He is looking to overtake us. He sets the fastest lap by 0.01 of a second, or a thousandth? Yeah, a thousand. Yeah, thousandths of a second, that's it. But we are side by side once more with Max Verstappen on lap 20. We're sending it down the inside. Can we keep our position of P11? As I don't know who, I think it might be Norris, who's 7 seconds ahead of us now. That has jumped us both. And, well, our rest of our race is going to be spent fighting for P11. So not amazing. Lap 21, clouds are forming overhead, but Verstappen is now ahead of us. And we are in the red of fuel once more. And this is not good. This car drinks fuel a lot. We've got DRS though again on Verstappen. Are we going to look at a move down the inside? We don't send it on the inside of him, but we have gained a few tenths of a second on Gasly now. Norris is miles ahead, I want to say. Oh no, he's in between the Alpine and is that a Williams up there? That might be a Williams. Lap 24, Verstappen at it again. He's down the inside, he's overtaken us, and we are going to try keep it around the outside though. We will now have DRS, and we also have the ERS to possibly keep this position that we can. And now we can see the rain falling on lap 24, and it's almost settling now. At the end of lap 24, Verstappen once again overtaking us. Who would have thought? It's almost like this has happened almost 6 times already. But you never guess what we're going to try to do now. We're going to try overtake him with the DRS, of course, that we have. We're going to pull to the outside of the... Well, we're on the racing line, Verstappen on the inside. We sort of brake very late, but we also keep it on track, and we get ahead of Verstappen. He now has the DRS, but he is very far behind on lap 25. We're going to see what we can do now. It was a Williams. It was Albon, who's now in P9 ahead of us. So that is interesting. Lap 26. We're going to look to come into the pits. Verstappen might be going for a move though on the inside. Is he going to back out? If he doesn't, there's contact as we come into the pits. We've been spun round by Verstappen. That might be my fault, but we'll say it's not. I'm joking. That was probably our fault. Yeah, look, we push him all the way to the inside. There's contact there. I thought he was going to back out. I thought he would have backed out already by there, but he doesn't. We get spun round as we come into the pits. I want to see Verstappen do that and beat that one. But now we're into the pits for the intermediate tyres. As you can see, the spray from our tyres coming up quite a lot. Lap 27 of 36. So there's only 9 laps left in the race. But hopefully being on the right tyre, if the AI don't come in, hopefully being on this tyre will help us more than anyone else. They should be coming in because 9 laps is quite a long time. So maybe next lap they will be coming in for intermediates. But I think we have made the right choice here. You can see the spray on the tyres. Front tyres frozen, rear tyres warm and perfect. So lap 27, we should be gaining a lot on everyone as everyone does come in now. And that is Verstappen P12. We're seeing if we can get him on the outside. And is he already oh my god, jeez. He's already 3 seconds up the road. Don't worry everybody. Oh my god, he's gone. Oh well. Anyways, Guan Yu Zhou is ahead. He's on the hard tyres still, and he has actually just held up Verstappen. And what a legend! We've gone flying off the track while trying to avoid him into that second last corner, but he's held up Verstappen. We're right with him now, within a few tenths of Verstappen. The Williams of Albon is out ahead of us, I think. Yeah, he is. He's already out on track. So it's me versus Verstappen once again. It's lap 29. Hopefully, well, it doesn't really matter though. It's only P11, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Verstappen playing it very safe on the inside. We might go all the way around the outside though. Of course, very difficult to get used to the intermediate tyres and the conditions after doing 20 odd laps in the dry. But we should acclimatise very quickly, taking the inside line there, lap 30 of 36. The engine, no, I cannot believe it. It happened in the sprint, and I was happy it happened in the sprint. But now it's happened in the race as well. What? Really? Really? It's Red Bull engines, isn't it? I'm pretty sure we've got a Red Bull engine in the back of this. And as soon as we start fighting a Red Bull, guess what happens? We've been sabotaged. Oh, I cannot believe. I cannot believe.
You might make a mistake.
Oh, what day. So from P11 to dead last, the first retirement of the race. Shows you how exciting this race has been. But that was the end of our weekend. It's gone up in smokes twice. And it's just great, isn't it? Our engine blew up twice this weekend, on Saturday and Sunday. What a weekend.
So another excellent win from Ferrari. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans to see them come out on top once again.
Well, there you go then. Charles Leclerc wins the race from Hamilton and Carlos Sainz. Verstappen does finish only P11 in the end, if in the race. 0 points to his name for the whole weekend, as he retired, of course, in the first part of the race, and P11 in the second race. But, of course, for us, it's a double DNF. 0 points on the board this weekend. But that is all the time we have for this video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.